I did a record request, as I was just saying. And when I did that, I got back some very interesting information. Now, again, like I said, act like you don't see these lovely bookmarks that I've got. All right, cool. So, this that you're looking at, that I need to move back into the frame now. Hold on. Okay. This is just like the preface of what this is going to be. All right. This is this is one out of a shit ton of photos that I'm hoarding. Because everybody keeps talking about like people have just now started to catch on about like um flock cameras. Hmm. hmm, Everyone's talking about flock cameras, and then there's the ice raids, and then people are like, I guess it's my algorithm now because I clicked on a video that said that they were using Thomas Reuters Clear to track not only immigrants but U.S. citizens. I want to one up you. All right, so this is what was sent to me, and I got my kids' records. Now, you guys are probably think I'm insane, but you need to pay attention to this. The fine print down here. All right. By clicking next, you allow the cat. I'm not gonna say they're just you allow these schools to use your email address in accordance with their privacy statement. Um, blah. I'm just gonna say Blank County Schools has not provided links to the terms for you to review. But I digress. If I want to see my kids' records, I'm supposed to hit next. Oh. That's one. How many more do I have open? Oh, I'm shut that. All right, so I'm gonna another one for you. Oh, they're all right here. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so we're gonna act like we don't see the name of this folder because in hindsight, I probably should have put it in a whole different ass folder, but that's okay. Let me get back to it. Mm, so look at something. We'll go quick look. I gotta take a peek. Ah, there it is. That's not the one I want. I'm just verifying that like everything that I'm about to show you does not. Yeah. Okay. That one's actually in hindsight kind of really funny. All right, let me get to this part. I'm trying to find the actual contract, and because it's me and because I'm extra, I don't know where I put it. Y'all have no idea. I mean, I think some of you may, but not many. Y'all have no idea all the locations of where I have things. All right. Anyway, Thomas Ritter's Clear is on everyone's radar right now, right? So I'm gonna get to the guts of this thing. So I'm gonna share this. And I'm gonna warn people right now, y'all gonna get in your feels. And if people actually do look at this, you're gonna get mad. But you need to. All right. So I'm gonna hit share. That needs to go away. And then I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to hit share. All right. I'm waiting for it to pull up. Why is my face frozen and shit? God damn. All right, there it is. Okay, so like I said, the content creator went out there and or that I don't even know the kid's name, if I'm being honest, like legit don't know his name. And furthermore, um I don't even, why is that even sorry, that's my server. Guys, I'm trying I'm what, honey? Look, I'm gonna be done fast. I'm trying to find like where my Instagram went because it just disappeared on me. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Ah, there it is. Why did it? Pin that shit. Thank you. Okay, there we go. You guys can see it on Insta, which is a good thing. And you can also see it. Okay, so this is the Thomas Reader's clear. What does it say? General terms and conditions. Last modified November 23. All right. I'm going to do contracting 101 with people real quick. Definitions. These are always important to look at. All right. Affiliate agreement, confidential information, documentation, ordering document, professional services, property, services, usage information, your data. Now, your data means other than usage information, information data, and other content in any form or medium that is submitted, posted, or otherwise transmitted by you on behalf of by you or on your behalf through the services. Now remember, services means the cloud computing services, software as service, SaaS, or software as a service, online research services, professional services, as well as any products, including installed software supplied by Thomas Reuters under the agreement that are detailed in the Apple ordering document. Got it. Professional services means the implementation, customization, training, consulting, or other professional services we provide as may be described in Apple ordering document. Agreement means each ordering document, any applicable incorporated documents, and the terms. Confidential information means exactly that. All right, so first glance. My first glance is this. Hold on. Let's go. Okay, so IP ownership, license, and delivery. I need to really pick a different color in my highlighter. Jesus. All right. So again, mind you, this is a contract that's being used in a public school district in Atlanta or in the metro area. It's the third largest district in the state as it pertains to funding. Third largest FTE allotment funding, QBE allotment funding. Yeah. So, why would the third largest district in the state go out and pursue a contract like Clear? Well, initially, it was under the guise of they wanted to be in compliance with chronic absenteeism, which again, I've stated what whoever the hell they want. Second thing, they're using the data that they're collecting to train AI. Those are government contracts. What are these supposed to be? Squishy mellows, honey. Those are squishies. You know what they are. They're squishy mellows. No, I meant what do you use? I don't know what you use them for. Baby, I don't. I don't understand either. I don't know. Okay, so with this is the most disturbing part is that is essentially you've entered into a government contract. You're now waiving your right to refuse to give the vendor the data that they're harvesting, right? So you have no rights to that. But by doing that, you're also now in the second government contract within a contract where you're training AI with this data that you're collecting or submitting to them. All right. All right. What? Okay. If you are permitted to provide an affiliate with access to any part of the services, you will ensure that such affiliate complies with all provisions and agreements applicable to you. Other than necessarily required for the provision of services and internal account management purposes or compliance with applicable law and regulation, either party may use either party's name or the other party's names, trademarks, or derivatives of them without the other prior written consent. The fucking irony. Prior written consent is right there in the goddamn contract. Our services, Jesus. All right. Your access to certain services is password protected. You are responsible for ensuring that passwords are kept confidential. Sharing passwords is strictly prohibited. Each user must immediately change their username password combination that have been acquired by or disclosed to an unauthorized third party. Each of us shall maintain industry standard computing environments to ensure that both your and our property is secure and inaccessible to unauthorized persons. Bullshit. Bullshit. Now, if that were true, Musk and his little bandits that went into this, did their little hacking. I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but they damn sure were doing stupid as shit. Basically, they went and they got the keys to the kingdom. They got everybody's data, and they got everybody. So that means any passwords, any email addresses, anything tied to your social security number, your digital footprint, your physical footprint, everything. Musk and his little kids, they have access to it. And furthermore, when they're saying that ensure both your property and our property is secure and inaccessible to unauthorized persons, well, Musk and his boys were not authorized individuals, yet they still got the fucking data. So to that, I say to the individuals that signed the contract and also to the owner of the said software. Unauthorized technology. Unless prior written authorization is given by Thomas Reuters, you must not run or install any computer software or hardware on our services or network, meaning this is cloud hosted, all cloud hosted. Mine, scrape, index, or automatically download our data. Mind you, this is a contract. They're paying. They're paying for this. They're paying, but they're also being told, no, you don't get to do this. The third party automatically connect, whether through APIs or otherwise, our data to other data software services or networks. Bullshit, because we all fucking know that they got this shit running inside Infinite Campus. That's where it's located. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Neither of us will knowingly introduce any malicious software or technologies into products, services, or networks. I would say my argument on that is you violated your own contract with the end user when you began sending the data to unauthorized individuals like, I don't know, ICE, so they could track and use said data that they were extracting from Thomas Reuters Clear, so they could track people to make disappear. So the fucking irony. Our services may include data and software from third parties. Some third-party providers require Thomson Reuters to pass additional terms through to you. The third-party providers change their terms occasionally. To see the current third-party additional terms for our services, please click on the following URL, which I'll do. You agree to comply with all the applicable third-party terms therein. You may be required to license third-party software to operate some of our services. Additional terms apply to such third-party software. All right, now, this is where the government part comes in. Hold on. Oh, The financial and risk business of Thomas Reuters is now Refinitiv. Please click below for the terms applicable to the financial and risk product reviews and services. I'm not seeing it rolling over yet. Oh, it's lagging like a motherfucker. That's why. Hi. All right. Legal. Please click below for the terms applicable and the identified legal products and services. Clear. Document management system integration. Oh, what is that, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Revised as of June 26. You agree you will not transfer more than 1 terabyte of your data in any annual period of the subscription term between them. I'm not even going to go into that because this is bad for me to even see. I didn't need to see that. Clear and Westlaw Public Records Risk and Fraud. What did I say it did? Fraud, waste, abuse. All right. This is what is in the Clear database. I just want you to look. Clear database name, Westlaw database name. So meaning within SQL. Okay. I don't know if you're not a SQL programmer, this is likely not going to make sense. But when you're a SQL programmer, all the columns have to align and they all have to have the same title. So when it gets uploaded, why is this not showing the thing I need to show? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna show you this one. Let me share the right thing. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. This one you need to see because this is actually bad. But hey, it makes a hell of a anyway. So when you upload this into SQL, these columns have to match. So it's stating that clear database name, Westlaw database name, content description, disclaimer, and legal terms, right? So when you it's doing a compare and contrast of what Westlaw has their stuff named versus Clear. So Clear, this is being used again in a public school district. Arrest records. See court records below. Vote registrations. Corporate records again. So they got California and Michigan parsed out. And so California is like, hell no, you ain't using this, right? And we come down here. Look at that. Court records, court and dockets, all court databases. So Thomas Reuters is out here, a public school district, under the guise of chronic absenteeism. This is what they're using in DeKalb County to combat that. Which is, by the way, chronic absenteeism has been a thing my entire life. COVID didn't start chronic absenteeism. In fact, an argument could be made that the reason for chronic absenteeism in my generation, meaning like I graduated in the late 90s, right? A strong argument can be made that the chronic absenteeism was being created by the off-campus policing tactics, whereas they expel the child or place the child in juvie for something as stupid as skipping school. I'm just going to use that just because I know it to be true. So the chronic absenteeism is actually always been driven by the tactics at school, the administrators and their policies at school. All right. So let's just say by accessing various court records made available to you through the service, you can acknowledge that. I mean, like, this is literally invasive. So this is why I keep telling people in my former district to get this shit, get all of the apps off your phone and your computer. It's looking Thomas Reuters clear has got carte blanche access to everything. Anybody that lives in your home, anybody that has visited your home, anybody that has like ordered something and had it like sent to your home, all of that. This is being used against US civilians, but this is the twist. And this is kind of my bone I'm gonna pick with the whole community out here wilding out because they're just now finding out about this shit. This is not new. In fact, I'm gonna show you in real time how not new it is. Well, I would. There we go. What is up with my keyboard? My God. Yep, I'm gonna type his name in. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Shit. Oh, we got a Substack. I forgot about that. Anyway, shut up. All right. Sometimes I have to be the person that shows folks where these things came from. And unfortunately, for a lot of people who are out here in their feelings screaming, the GOP is the devil, why would they do this? Oh my God, there's sure. Insert Snowden. What did Snowden get charged with? Why is he in Russia and why is he not allowed back? Same thing with Julian Assange. So, 2 counts of violating the Espionage Act of 1917 and theft of government property, following which the Department of State revoked his passport. He stayed in Moscow for a month, then was granted asylum in the country. He became naturalized as a citizen in Russia in 2022. In 2016, Snowden became the president of the Freedom of Press Foundation. So, this right here, I mean, let me get to this part. Um, he was kind of like me. He's kind of a nerd, self-taught. He's a former national security agency contractor. It says intelligence contractor and whistleblower who leaked classified documents revealing the existence of global surveillance programs. In May 2013, Snowden flew to Hong Kong and he revealed thousands of classified NSA documents to journalists. His disclosures revealed numerous global surveillance programs, many run by the NSA, and Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance with the cooperation of telecommunication companies and European governments and prompted a cultural discussion about national security and individual privacy. Now, why is this a big deal? Do you know what Five Eyes is? Let me show you. Five Eyes is an agency that was established back. It may actually, yeah. So it's like 85 years old. All right, Five Eyes includes Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States. We have been actively surveilling citizens in those countries, and we've been exchanging data through Five Eyes for 85 years. You can see all of this right here. Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United. So this is everything the CIA, DIA, FBI, NGA. Oh shit. The fuck? And NSA. Sorry. Caught me off guard. Anyway, this started. Okay. I really don't need to or want to go down the wormhole of Five Eyes, but it's a surveillance sharing organization that was codified into law, and it's pretty fucking sketchy. I mean, literally, top secret. See? Um, yeah, that's the agreement between all of them. So why? So you see all this war on terror? This is the reason that they use to justify global surveillance was the war on terror, 9/11, in the aftermath of September 11th, blah blah blah. All right, Five Eyes plans to increase surveillance on UN delegations of 6 countries as part of Dirty Tricks campaign to pressure 6 countries in favor of using force against them. Blah blah blah. So essentially, it's Prism operate. Yeah, I know Prism is operated by NSA. Uh, I unfortunately know way too much about these things. So, Five Eyes leaders held their first known public meeting in 2023. Now, it's you just saw it's been around for like 85 years, right? But it was codified in like 1941. They held their first public meeting in 2023 at Stanford. They had been meeting privately nearby in California. Present were Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, US. FBI Director Chris Wright. Domestic espionage sharing controversy. Oh, here we go. US, you see this? NSA Director. However, this essentially sums up what Snowden got popped for. What he got popped for revealing the fact that these countries were doing surveillance on U.S. citizens, and it was being done not not for the reason that was stated, not for the war on terrorism, because it had began before that. It was being done because y'all won't get in your fills, and I don't care. Go ahead and get your fills. It was being done because Democrats have a fucked up obsession with data, specifically harvesting data on their own citizens. So, known for revealing classified U.S. surveillance programs. You know, an employment in the CIA after obtaining job blah, blah, blah. He worked at the CIA agency assigned him to Global Communications Division at the CIA headquarters in Langley. 2006, he wrote blah blah. Was sent to in March 27th stationed diplomatic. Okay, anyway, long story short, this shit. So the NSA subcontractor is where all of this comes from. This is when shit popped off. He had worked, he was a contractor for Dell, which at the time was the largest, arguably the largest vendor for networking, everything from like networks to computers to whatever, which manages computers for multiple government agencies as well. He was assigned to the facility and uh, during his 4 years with Dell, cyber strategist, expert, blah, blah. In 2010, he had a brief stint and where he enrolled himself in. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, he self-taught just like I am. So like he taught himself Java and advanced in ethical hacking, which again, yeah. He returned to Maryland in 2011. Now you got to keep in mind who's president. Do your put your thinking cap on. Who's president in 2009? Who's president in 2011? All right, so we've established the dates of 2011, 2012, then 2013. He hit a breaking point of seeing the director of national intelligence directly lie under oath to Congress. He quit his job and he took a pay cut to start consulting work for another firm where he sought employment in order to gather data and then release details of NSA's worldwide surveillance activity. Again, look at the timeline: 2013, 2014. Who was the president during every single event with Snowden? Yep. So I'm just going to stop there and say, y'all are chasing a boogeyman if you think the GOP were the brainiacs to put this shit out in the universe, because it was not the GOP who did this shit. It was fucking Democrats. And it started under Bill goddamn Clinton with the fucking US surveillance. There you go. All right. So that's why I find it really weird that all of a sudden Team GOP, who's mad that the Oompa Loompa got, a wiretap, and several other folks in the GOP got wiretap because of their known affiliation to sketchy fuckers. You know, they're just now coming to the realization that they as senators, they somehow thought that they were above reproach and that the US surveillance was not going to touch them, so they were perfectly fine with it hitting everybody else. But when they found out it was them, oh hell. Lindsey Graham, I think what was it, like 2 months ago, said he was going to sue everybody because they were. Nah. I'm like, oh, go ahead, dude. But your own fucking like party is using this to track immigrants in U.S. surveillance. Like they're anyway. Sorry, that's the whole thing. Problem with their when you see third party providers, third party supplemental software. Use restrictions. You shall not use our property or permit a third party to use our property for any purposes beyond the scope of access granted. And okay, so security. I started really marking it up here. Security. Each of us will use and require any subcontractors to use industry standard organizational, administrative, physical, and technical safeguards to protect others' data. The parties agree that the specific technical and organizational measures located here, and there's a link, under Data Security Addendum, apply and hereby incorporated into the agreement by reference. Additionally, you will notify us if you become aware of any unauthorized third-party access to our data or systems, and will will use reasonable efforts to remedy it, identify security threats and vulnerability to your systems, even though it's held on their shit, their hosted fucking server. All right. Compliance. Each of us shall at all times comply with Apple law, including export controls, economic sanctions that apply to us in connection with the agreement. Bullshit. You will not retain, use, or provide access to the services to an affiliate or any third party in a manner that may breach any Apple will, stuff. Things like regulations for any jurisdiction, including the United States of America, United Kingdom, and the European Union and its member states. Bye-byes. You warrant that neither you nor any affiliate to which you provide access to the services is or is affiliated with a specially designated or sanctioned entity, like Russia, under any of those laws, and that any transaction relating to us, you will not involve sanctioned parties, including without your responsibilities, proper use, documentation, charges. There's the privacy policies. The parties agree that the terms of the DPA, again, there's the link for it, shall apply to the extent of Thomas Reuters processes customer personal data. All those terms are defined in the DPA, in which case the DPA is hereby incorporated into the agreement by this reference. For clarity, where each of us process any personal data as separate and independent controllers, as those terms are identified in the DPA, each party will comply with and independently be liable under all applicable laws to apply it to it. Shall apply to this. Yeah. in which case it's hereby incorporated into the agreement. For clarity, where each of us, I'm reading this again because each of us process any personal data, separate and independent controllers. Confidentiality. Each party agrees to protect confidential information received from the other party using the same standard of care it uses to protect its own confidential information. Not disclose any part of it to any third party except to its affiliates, contractors, financials, advisors, accountants, attorneys who are subject to legal privilege or confidentiality duties or obligations to the recipient that are no less restrictive than the terms and conditions of the agreement. If a court or government agency orders either of us to disclose the confidential information of the other will be promptly notified so that the appropriate protective order or other remedy can be obtained. Well, basically, it's a cover your ass clause. This section shall survive 3 weeks after the termination of the agreement. So basically, if you don't follow their confidentiality clause, they have the ability to nuke your contract, and you can't be recompensated because they have now established just in this that it was you fucked up and you have to own it. And this in the event of any breach of the confidentiality provisions of this section 6, the non-breaching party may be irreparably and immediately harmed and might not be able to. This is what makes me mad because I've seen so many fucking contracts like this. Yeah. Immediately harmed and might not be made whole by monetary damages. 2. The non-breaching party may be entitled to seek equitable relief by way of injunction, specific performance, or similar remedy in addition to any other remedies that may be available from a court jurisdiction to prevent or restrain breaches of this section. Meaning, if you have signed this contract, you're basically they own you. They own you. This is always the best part of a contract when you get to the bold fucking print, the bold cap lock print. I mean, like literally, the bold print, everything in the bold print here is saying, this is ours, this is yours. You can't sue us if you fuck up and you breach somebody's whatever. That's essentially that's what all of this is. It's also carte blanche, like Thomas Ritter saying, here, we warrant that our installed software will materially conform to our documentation for 90 days after delivery. So, meaning after 90 days, whatever happens is a fucking rodeo and it ain't their shit show. All right. Disclaimer of warranties if we're going. Blah, blah, blah. All right. It's just bad. No advice. No advice. We are not providing financial, tax, and accounting, legal compliance, or any other professional advice by allowing you to access and use our services. This is so fucking bad. Here's their liability clause. Each party or any of its third party providers entire liability in any calendar year from damages arising out of or in connection with the agreement, including for negligence, will not exceed the amount of the payable, blah, blah, blah. Exclusions. In no event shall we or our third party providers be liable, meaning. I'm also kind of low-key giggling at who just read my email because I really hope he's watching because he needs to watch because he needs to be on top of this shit. But I digress. I don't know. He's still mad at me because I got mad at them. Okay. He's still mad at me because I popped off at one of the dummies that work with him. And to be fair with that, I'm just gonna say, I know you, Mike. I'm just gonna say, you use the same argument I use in due process, so it's not like I wasn't able to see the fucking docket. So I'm gonna stand on it. And I'm so sorry, Eugene, that you were too scared to come talk to me about me being mad that you used my shit. But why'd you send Mike my way instead of just like throwing a pair and come to me? Yeah. I digress. I don't give a shit about any of this because trust me, they've known about this shit. And they know about it. And they know it's being used in a district that is the most culturally diverse district in the state, and an argument can be made in the country. DeKalb County literally has just such a very broad sweeping demographic. It's absolutely insane. So for the fact that like, the people who are out here screaming like whatever, the fact that they're not interested or even engaged in the fact that, hey, dipshits, I'm literally waving you down, telling you how they're fucking tracking immigrants in the community that you're trying to get engaged with to let them know their rights. Damn, I digress. Not a priority. Why is it? Oh shit! I'm on the wrong page. I didn't get you. No, I'm so sorry. That was on me. Don't get mad. Sorry about that, guys. Here it is. Here's all the fine print or all the bold print. Liability. Mm-mm. In no event shall we or our third-party providers be liable for any penalties, interest, taxes, or other amounts imposed by any governmental or regulatory authority. Neither party is liable to the other for indirect, incidental, punitive, special, or consequential damages for loss of data or loss of profits. Now, come down to third party. If a third party sues you, this is the part everyone needs to hear, and then I'm gonna move on and let you see other aspects of this fucking fucked up contract, and I'll even let you see the goddamn government fucking products that they purchase. If a third party sues you, claiming that our services, excluding any portion of the same provided by our third party providers, infringes their intellectual property rights, and your use of such services has been in accordance with the terms of the agreement, we will defend you against the claim and pay damages that a court finally awards against you or that are included in the settlement approved by Thomas Reuters, provided that the claim does not result from, here's the catch, combination of all or part of our services with technology, products, services, or data not supplied by Thomas Reuters, modification of all or part of our services other than Thomas Reuters or our subcontractors, use of a version of our service. Basically, they'll defend you if somehow magically none of this happens, which is physically impossible in the data privacy world. That's all going to happen. And if you sign a contract knowing, now I'm going to say this. People that work in school districts typically don't understand the magnitude of what they're getting into when it comes to these contracts. I'll admit that. But that's why they employ attorneys. Now, those attorneys are supposed to advise their clients, being the board or the district, of what these contracts say, what will happen to you in the event somebody like me finds out you're harvesting data without consent. Just putting that out there. So the lawyers it's incumbent upon the attorneys to inform the board and the staff or whoever has access to this sensitive data, like basically, in this case, I'm just gonna say, if anybody like I said, if anybody like a me is able to put two and two together quickly and realize that you're harvesting data with a personal email address and that's how you're tracking children and parents inside of a school district, Thomas Reuters doesn't pay for your fucking lawsuit. You get sued and you have to come out of pocket because you fucked up, not them. You're welcome. Your obligations. You are responsible for any loss, damage, or cost we and our affiliates. I mean, like, yeah, let's get material breach. You never want to see that in a fucking contract, brother. Effective termination amendments we may provide in terms of. I don't even want to fucking open that shit because I know what it's going to do. Third party rights. Our third party providers benefit from our rights and remedies. I mean, they go, okay, so here's the thing, they're third parties. The third parties that they keep talking about, DHS, FBI, NSA, you name it. Any federal agency out here right now, wild and out, are their third parties. So by entering into agreement with Thomas Reuters Clear, you are waiving the right of every, and I'm just saying, I'm keeping this on the school because when it comes to the immigrant and the U.S. surveillance shit, that shit been going on. If a public school district agrees to this contract after they read the third party rights and they still think it's a good idea to go forward and to use it to tackle chronic absenteeism, well, at that point, you're basically way out, you're over your head and you're doing shit that's highly illegal. And furthermore, if you're taking federal monies, which all public institutions do, all public schools take federal monies, you're not legally allowed to do this shit without making the fucking parents and you're not illegally allowed to make, or you can't use that money that comes from the feds to buy shit like this and use on kids and parents and not give them consent or even fucking tell them why you can't do that legally. You cannot implement this when you're getting federal funding and the GAO is like, no, you can't wild out with that money with this contract because it violates all of this, which, as an FYI, when I filed my federal complaint, this is why. The moment I saw, I was like, oh, you're doing what? Where is our data going? Do people know? Have I ever come across anything that told me that this is what is being done with my data, my child's data, my family's data? Well, I don't know. I'm in IT, data privacy, cybersecurity, fraud, waste, abuse. I mean, all that's my bag. Why the fuck would I sign something or agree to something that says, yeah, sure, go ahead and send my kids shit to the fucking feds so they can profile them in a fucking database? Yeah, no. Anyway, they can't use it in New York. Severability, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's the contract. Here we go. This is the bullshit. Information security summary. Online investigation software, policies and standards. So basically, right in here is going to tell, this is where I found, on this page, this is where I found that they were illegally pinging cell phone towers. That they don't have a right to ping. So they're pinging so I'm going to use an example. If I had my phone and I had any app from the district on my phone, right? And if I was driving, these fuckers would ping my phone off every cell phone tower from my house to wherever I'm going. That's in here. So, code of ethics, my ass. Okay. Clear obtains a SOC 2 Type 2 report annually, a third party assessment conducted on application security controls, which covers operational control and systems that follow the predefined trust services, principles, and criteria. No, the fuck you don't. Data privacy and compliance. I best you're fucking reaching. I'm just going to open it just so you can see, just for shits and giggles. Let me see. It might not roll over. Hold on. The fuck? Hold on. Let me show. Let me bring it back. This is some funny shit. This is their privacy policy. If your privacy policy is done in that many languages, guess who their third fucking parties are? What personal information do you collect and process? Oh, let's go look. Name and contact. Name, address, phone number, social media, user ID, and email address. Account information. What? Account ID, user ID, account profile, settings, preferences, purchase history, subscriptions, and registrations. Security, user credentials, username and password, and similar security information. Individual network activity and security and audit logs. A little bit of overreach for chronic absenteeism. Why are you opening mom and dad's computer? Why are you monitoring everything they're doing online? Furthermore, why are you monitoring their social media? Why do you get access to their passwords and usernames and emails and shit that they use? I digress. This is their privacy policy, ain't mine. It's theirs. Payment and payment card information or bank information, billing, contact details, and I mean they damn near harvest your whole fucking digital footprint is theirs. User contributions and user content, personal information, and communications uploaded, sent, shared, or inputted through our services or via our networks and infrastructure, including feedback you provide to us. That's not good. That's not good. Network. This is the part that I immediately, my eyeballs went to this. Device and browser information, network and internet service, so ISP information, internet protocol, IP addresses, device and browser identifiers, device and browser information, advertising identifiers, cookie and tracker identifiers, and related information. Usage, search, browsing history, user journey history, including clicks, navigation, user actions, interactions, and session replays, and usage and diagnostic analytic, I can't say that word, and metrics, including our services in our internal networks and corporate devices by employees, contractors, and site visitors. Sure. Location, region, country, state, precise geolocation data. Like I said, they ping this. They ping your MAC address inside your fucking phone. All right. Demographic, age, date of birth, marriage status, gender, physical characteristics, military status, political, religious, or philosophical, sexual orientation, racial or ethnic origin, and union membership. Look, I don't even need to go any further, but I'm going to show you. But why would a public school district need that? What does the public school district need with that? How does this combat chronic absenteeism? I've been asking a lot of people. Nobody understands or knows how to answer that question for me. Like I said, my attorney and I, we got into a damn fight about it. I'm like, yo, but we're adults. We know we are giving consent when we go to the airport for when they do that facial scan. They just verify who we are. But when parents aren't told that when they install this on their phones as a part of enrollment because it's fucking mandatory, they're not told that all this shit's being collected. Pictures, audio, and video recordings. including footage from CCTV and other security cameras used at our locations and events. Why is that part important? Well, I don't know. The fucking making the disappearing of individuals by proxy of using Thomas Reuters Clear. Yeah. Biometric data. Overreach. Even in my world of what I do, biometric data, bad. Bad. Just no. Fingerprints, scans of face geometry, and other data generated by automatic measurements of an individual's psychological, biological, or behavioral characteristics. For fucking what? Why do you need that in a public school district? What are you doing with it? Inferences from your personal profiles reflecting a person's preferences, characteristics, psychological trends, predispositions, behavior, attitudes, intelligence, abilities, and aptitudes. Just sit on that for a second. Now, if you read that part and you read the demographic and you've already gotten to the part where you've seen all the shit that they collect, right? Then you get to this information from background checks, including criminal history, health benefits, enrollment and participate in insurance or benefits programs, personal information of beneficiaries, family members, emergency contacts or dependents, medical records, and disability information. Identity information, government identification, and governmental identifiers such as tax identifiers, social security or national insurance numbers, and passport or driver license numbers. No big deal, right? Financial information. This is their privacy policy. So with the privacy policy, this is what they're stating that they collect. All right? That this is what they collect. Financial status, tax returns and related information, financial filings, credit standing and payroll related information. Legal information. Legal status, citizenship or immigration status. Right fucking there. Legal court cases and proceedings, government records, personal property or real estate records, liens and judgments, death records, public filings, driving records, licenses, registrations, and criminal information such as arrest, charge, and convictions and incarceration records. So, here, this is the fun part. Look at this shit. They try to slide a note on children's online privacy. Our online services provide information solutions intended for professionals, and we do not knowingly. This is their oh, but we didn't know clause that we do not knowingly collect any personal information from children under the age of 16. To that, I say, fuck you. You know you do, because when you make every single parent in the district use this shit to enroll their kid or re-enroll, you fucking know. How do we collect it? How do we collect your data? Direct interactions. We collect your personal information when you or others upload, share, send, or input that information through our services or networks automatically. We automatically collect personal information. Third party. We may receive your personal information from third parties, such as third party business partners, including data brokers, advertising partners, your organizations, government agencies who publish public records, and other publicly or generally available sources, including online websites. How do they use it? All right. If I'm in a privacy policy for a conglomerate like this, again, mind you, this is government shit. This is a government fucking contract being used in a fucking public school district. To fulfill our our obligations, including registering your account and providing our service, and to fulfill our obligations as an employer. Communicate with you about our services and process-related transactions for any purpose with your consent, or to follow your instructions. Legal basis for that on how they use your information are performance of a contract as outlined in your consents or instructions. The fuck? You lying motherfuckers. To operate and prove in person. Like, you see, this is how predatory this shit is, and it just keeps. But I mean, who do we share your info? So here, y'all, you want? I'm not crazy. I'm gonna show you what they do. All right, I'm gonna show you why I have spent a year out here filing federal goddamn complaints that turn into investigations within a fucking hour. Because I'm a mandatory government report. I must report shit like this. I spent 30 years and I'm not going to put my fucking credentials on the line for anybody, especially a goddamn school district that's stupid enough to get in this. Who do you share it with? Affiliates within Thomson Reuters group of companies, which there are a fucking lot of. Third-party business partners. Really? Vendors and subcontractors, advertising, marketing agencies, credit agencies, and other third parties we engage. Third parties to market their products and services. Third party customers, users. I mean, like, look, it says like attorney and legal professional directories in which this content may be available to all users of those services. Under some local privacy laws, this may constitute a sale of personal information. You fucking think? With governmental agencies and third parties involved in our sale or purchase of a business or assets, including a connection with merger, divestiture, restructuring, reorganization, bankruptcy, liquidation, with law enforcement, government agencies, in order to comply with any law, court order, legal request, or other legal process, as well as to enforce our agreements or to protect the rights, property, or safety of our business employees, customers, or others, including the purposes for cybersecurity, fraud protection, and credit risk reduction. No, the fuck you don't. I've already poked a hole in that. I'm going to show you that. I'm done reading this fucking nightmare of a goddamn privacy policy. Let me get back over here. Training and awareness. Employees with access. Oh, so sorry. I need to stop sharing. Share the right screen because goddamn, my fucking brain's going to explode. Here it is. Employees with access to Thomas Reuters systems are required to complete mandatory information security and privacy training on an annual basis. So guess who doesn't do that? Guess who's not in the habit of doing that? School districts. Specialized training is delivered by Thomas Reuters. Thomas Reuters conducts regular enterprise-wide phishing simulation exercises to all employees, which, by the way, fail. Thomas Reuters also partners with third-party vendors to provide training resources at all skill levels. The training and awareness shit, like this is mandatory. If you work with data, this is fucking mandatory. So in theory, this clause alone, training and awareness, this should be implemented in every employee in the district. Every employee, down to the fucking people in the lunchroom that enter in the information on the kid to get their lunch. If they're not trained like that, they're not in compliance. They're not in compliance. They're out of compliance, and therefore you can file a federal fucking complaint and, bitch slap them. Anyway, resilience, secure authentication. By the way, Clear software uses multi-factor authentication and offers two-factor authentication via one-pass for secure. Okay, this is where I'm going to lose my shit, and everybody has to understand. And again, this is because of what I do for a living and what I've done for a living my entire life. That ain't enough. You know why? The SSO is so fucking easy to get around. It's stupid. The secure authentication markup language is fucking abysmal. Two-factor authentication. Somebody can have your personal email address, clone your phone number, right? Or have access to your fucking iCloud, whatever. All somebody got to do is hit forget password. And this is going to go to that person. That is not procedurally, like, I can't even express how negligent that is when it comes to protecting data. It is outdated. You can go on Chat GPT right now and type in, how do I get around that? And you get a fucking answer. Again, I'm just a mom. Not really. I mean, I am a mom, but this is what I fucking do. Encryption occurs within secure HTTPS sessions. Okay, we've already fucking verified that doesn't fucking matter. Okay, data is encrypted in transit using at least TLS 1.2 supported. No, the fuck it's not. If it were, Proud Boys, Nazis, and masks parading around as ICE agents wouldn't be able to access it because those are the dumbest motherfuckers on earth. I speak from experience. Clear data at rest is encrypted with at least AES 256-bit key encryption. You know what that is? At home on your internet, right? That little network you got and that password. That's all that is. It's really fucking easy to get through that too. Redundant application serves my ass anyway. Fucking application security. I mean, like this, all of this right here, it's moot because I'm gonna show you how fucking easy it is, like to see. I mean, look, servers, security operations, like the shit this is just fuck shit. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry I'm cussing, but I don't give a fuck. Look at this. Make sure I'm gonna stop share. I'm gonna reshare this one. And then I'm gonna get to the good stuff. Board meeting, June 15th, 2023. Really? Okay. Purchases for board approval. 100,000 to 1 million and optional renewals. Note, award was too low, bidder unless otherwise noted. June board. Okay. This is for mock school districts, right? This is showing you what it looks like on a fucking agenda. So it's going to come in as custodial service for, it's going to be named a litany of things, right? What this is showing is how you parse it out in your fucking line items. This is how you hide the fucking body. God damn. Look, teachtown.com. The fuck? See? Man, goddamn. Behavior support. See that now. This is the behavior support services. This optional renewal. Yeah. See, I told you they be using this on fucking kids with IEPs all the goddamn time. Wait, hold on. There's actually a real vendor in here. Southern Behavioral Group Inc. is listed as a vendor that uses this. That's actually one of the main vendors in this district. Stepping Stones Group, also one of the biggest vendors in the district. So this is telling you where it's to be located. It's going to be in general fund, meaning 100, and it's going to be located improvement of instructional services, meaning the code 2210. These are buckets that every district in the state of Georgia must use as provided by the state of Georgia and the chart of accounts that they rolled out. I want to say they made everybody get on board with the use of this same shit sometime around 21. So yeah, this is where I can go find it in the fucking finances, dipshits. Whatever. Just how to be a dumbass is what that is. Hold on, let me hit stop share. I'm gonna hit share again. Please hold. Here we go. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna put it out there. There you go. Well, this is a procurement. RFP K-12 routing and planning with GPS integration system. May 8th. August 11th. Not to exceed. You see that number? Education Logistics Inc. EduLog. So if you are trying to find the line item for clear, it's going to be located under clear and it's going to be located under EduLog. All right. Close that out. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Let me go back to share. Sorry. Share. Here we go. Oh, the self-sort. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't give a fuck. You are a public-facing agency that takes federal money. Therefore, your shit is allowed to be public. Gotta love it when you take federal monies and you're a public agency and you report to taxpaying citizens because they're your boss. This is the lovely gentleman who wrote the bid for the executive director of student assignment, Sarita Smith. Now, why does it matter who they wrote the bid to? Student assignment, the SAT panel. She's also in charge of enrollment. She's also in charge of a litany of things that involve data that she's not legally allowed to access because she's not fucking certified to touch this kind of data. Also, she was brought to DeKalb County with Devon Horton. And this lady, single-handedly in Evanston, Illinois, in cohorts with Horton. This one right here is the reason that they're shutting down schools in Evanston. That lady right there that DeKalb County chose to keep after their boy got indicted. She's the one that got the fucking government contract. You know why? I'll get into that. They are pleased to provide you with the information concerning clear. All right, whatever. Comprehensive key investigative contact. Yeah, here we go. This is what this is DeKalb's fucking contract, y'all. This is DeKalb's bid and contract. License plate recognition data. Clear ID confirmed. What did they use at the fucking airport? Clear ID. Look at it. Bank account header data. Passport checker. Photo images on criminal records. So, if somebody in that district gets in their bag and they get mad and they want to go do research on a loud mom or dad like me or like a parent like me, they're going to just go use the passport checker and the photo images on criminal records and they're going to dig up whatever the fuck they want and they're going to use it against a parent and they're going to try and fucking hold it over their head. Now, there's been an uptick in ICE making parents disappear when they're dropping their fucking kids off at school in DeKalb County. Sequoia Middle School would be that example. The journalist at the No Kings Parade in June, that popped off at the intersection of Brookhaven and Chamblee, where they had 4 different precincts waiting. That gentleman was already in the Flock database. This shit right here, which connects to the CCTV and holds all the fucking data, they went in and they got his everything. And this is on anybody they make disappear, by the way. They can go in there and they can see if they got any kind of charges. It don't matter if they have them or not. You see right here, plain as day, that they legally can get them. Right? Black and white. But yet, people are still being disappeared and they have no fucking record. I'm just going to state that. Last thing, cell phone data. That's where this comes in. Clear's phone data is the most comprehensive, current, and accurate data in the industry. No service other than Clear offers gateway access to real-time nationwide phone data. Through this real-time gateway, Clear provides comprehensive phone data, including detailed carrier contact information for cell phones, landlines, and VoIP, voice over IP. Additionally, the phone records data set provides access to hundreds of millions of phone records, including more than 200 million cell phone numbers, as well as landlines and voice over IP numbers. Provides government investigations and analysts with regularly updated credit information. I mean, why the fuck does a school district need to have the credit history? Real-time vehicle registration data. This is what got them in trouble. This is how they got. Between the cell phone data and the vehicle registration data, because they use the fucking license plate data that's harvested already. They got that shit everywhere. Flock cameras aren't, that shit's been going on for years. Anyway, so mom and dad sign their kid up for school every year. They're just renewing. And then this fuck shit. They don't even know. They don't know. They don't know that the district has access to all this global business data. So they're sending comprehensive data on business entities, including small and privately held companies as well as corporations. Batch services. This is in the contract. I'm going to show you in a second. Batch services allow for searching thousands of subjects at once and provides for a quick and easy file submission and delivery of batch results that are easy to use and export. Additionally, with batch services, batch search can be customized to deliver only the specific information needed, and batch alerts can be added to provide ongoing monitoring of changes to information, meaning if a motherfucker has a speeding ticket all of a sudden, fucking district gets notified. Alerts. Users can automatically monitor the status of a selected attribute. In this case, the selected attribute would be the parent or the kid or subject at a chosen time interval, daily, weekly, etc. When either new information is added or information changes on the selected attribute or subject, again, parent and student, Clear sends a notification to the user about the update, meaning to the district. They're the user. They purchased this, so they're the end user. I forgot to clarify that. You see all this shit? Oh, fucking hell. Yep. Shows the addresses associated, and I'm going to show you real time of what it does, because I caught them using this shit on me. All right. I'm just letting y'all look at it's just, it gets worse. Clear mobile access. Clear users can access critical data on their smartphones and other mobile devices. Clear Mobile does not restrict data returns, so users have access to the same results and information they would have on their computers, including vital statistics, which is fucking not okay. You have now breached HIPAA, you fucking idiots. Sorry. PHI, HIPAA, mean anything? HIPAA, at least? Maybe not. Maybe just me, because I worked in the fucking industry. So, whatever. I just had to take mandatory fucking training for years for this shit. But, go ahead. Wild out. Clear Mobile does not, Clear automatically detects a user's mobile device type and seamlessly logs in the user to a streamlined mobile version. They say that. But when they got this shit running through a third-party app, meaning Infinite Campus, PowerSchool, or Clever, that shit don't happen. But the data is still being sent to the end user, meaning the district. For investigators who need to conduct more conduct more powerful analysis on clear results, clear data can be readily integrated with i2 Analyst Notebook and Google Maps compatibility. Oh, fuck. Google is such a fucking asshole. Anyway, provides mapping of address data powered by Google Maps in several areas, including address, map, and map analytics modules, workspace, and search results by selecting the map located there. I would be happy to further discuss this with you and the exclusive features, services, and content available for Clear if you have questions. Sincerely, Tom. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom. Right. So, what I'm going to do, close that, close that, close that, close that. All right. I'm going to share this. Now, this is where it gets kind of, this is where this is the stuff that you got to do. Is pop somebody in the back of the head and remind them, nah. You don't get to just fucking wild out and do this shit because you want to. All right. That's 848, 849. All right, same pages. 848. Title 20, Education. This is where all records and data and how to handle said records exist within federal law. These are the CFR codes. Now, why do I have these up? Well, records kept by recipient, full disclosure, maintenance period. Each recipient of federal funds under any applicable program through any grant, subgrant, cooperative agreement, loan, or any other arrangement shall keep records which fully disclose the amount and disposition by the recipient of those funds, the total cost of the activity for which the funds are used, the share of that cost provided from other sources, and such other records as will facilitate an effective financial or can't audit. I'll just use that. Audit. The recipient shall maintain such records for 3 years after the completion of the activity for which the funds are used. Seems harmless, right? Nope. What this is the this is what they're in violation of. Using federal funds to harvest data no funds shall be made available under any applicable program to any educational agency or institution which has a policy of denying or which effectively prevents the parents of students who are or have been in attendance at a school of such agency or at such institution as the case may be the right to inspect and review the education records of their children. Why does that matter? It means family educational and privacy rights. The CFR code. We have adopted this in Georgia. Under SB 236, we use 3 CFR codes. This is one of them. Right to inspect your records. School districts across the state of Georgia and across the country are in the habit of making you pay to see your kids' records. Not fucking legal. Because if they're an entity that takes public monies, as this states right here, you are legally obligated to give the parent their fucking records and allow them to inspect them without causing them to pay or, in my case, file an open record request or an FOIA request, which I'm literally at that level right now because these motherfuckers won't give me the rest of my records. So I'm just putting this into perspective. If you think you're cute because you're using this, you're not cute. You're dumb because you're fucking yourself up. Because this right here is binding legislation that overrides your bullshit. This overrides your bullshit. It overrides all the bullshit that parents are told. This right here overrides all the bullshit. All of it. They have to abide by this. They have to give you the fucking release of education records, parental consent requirements, exceptions, compliance with judicial orders and subpoenas, audit and evaluation of federally supported education programs, record keeping. No funds shall be made available under any applicable program to any educational agency or institution which has a policy or practice of permitting the release of education records or personally identifiable information contained therein other than directory information as defined in paragraph 5 of subsection A of students without the written consent of their parents to any individual, agency, organization, or anything other to follow. Meaning, per federal legislation, as it pertains to records, student data, if you out here wilding out and denying the parent access to their kids' shit, you're not supposed to be getting that fucking money, are you? Why do you think the GAO fucking got up in your shit so long? Why do you think they sent the OIG in? Why do you think they fucking sent the USDO in after they got done? Why do you think the DOJ and the FBI has been out here asking me to file a goddamn fucking complaint and start a goddamn investigation? Since, like, what, May? Yeah, May. Yeah, May. Because you dumb fucks, it applies to any school district attorney. So if you're an attorney I know that represents a district that I'm friends with, this is a heads up, all right? Because, that's why I named my podcast How Not to Get Sued by Mom, right? Because I'm not mom that goes out and finds this shit, but I don't have to go out and find it because I already fucking inherently know it because I'm in the habit of already doing this because I have a kid on a fucking IEP. So I have to do these things all the time. But when you take it up a notch and then you look at what I do for a living, I'll be goddamned if you're going to withhold my kids' records. When you take public fucking money, federal dollars, you're going to withhold my kids' records. And you're damn sure not going to send them to an outside agency without my fucking consent. Confidentiality. Consent. It fucking matters. So, this has been too long already, but I'm going to get to the last part and show you the other awesome fucking thing that I found. Hold on. Let me find it real motherfucking quick. I fucking hate these people. I hate that I have gotten to the point that I feel obligated to show people this. True story. Fucking hate it. Where'd it go? Oh shit. Where are my files? The cab. Sorry. Hold on. Please hold the cab. Again, I probably shouldn't name the folder this, but whatever. It is what the fuck it is. Let me go. We're gonna hit icons. Then I'm gonna show y'all. Oh, let me make sure. Let's see something. Oh, that ain't it. That don't matter. Hold on. I'm almost there. Almost got it. And then we're gonna fucking wrap this shit up. The reason I'm making this so long and in depth is because if I don't do this, then there's not gonna be a fucking footprint. And nobody's gonna know what to fucking do. All right, so I'm gonna get back to this. It's not really a good one to use though. It's not a good example to use. I mean, I could start there. I really don't need to be showing all that shit up at the top though. My thumbnails. Yeah. Fuck it. Who cares? All right. Whatever. Okay, this is where we get into the fun part, boys and girls. All right. This is what was presented to me when I got my son's records. Welcome to the Cap County School District. The system is authorized users only. For assistance, contact your local IT specialist. Access is monitored and subject to organizational policies. No, it's not. Let me share. I really wish I could share this whole fucking folder, but if y'all saw the name of this goddamn folder, you would likely be like, what the fuck? Sorry. Maybe if I just open them all at once, it will give me what I need. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open them all at once so I can just arrow, or I can just like arrow through them. I got a lot of fucking screenshots of this shit because it's that fucking invasive. Or it's that fucking stupid. It's that fucking sloppy. That's what it is. It's that fucking sloppy. Hold on. Goddamn. Oh, wait. I can just do the batch. I forgot. I'm a dumbass. No. I want to do this. I'm going to go. That. Now I want to go through and share. Please. I'll get into some shit if I show. I don't know what I want to do, y'all. I don't know what I want to do. I still hurt. All right, mommy's almost done. Hold on. I don't know what I want to do because I really don't want to fucking show my goddamn screen. But I mean, fuck it. Do I want to do that? Do I really want to fucking go rogue? I don't think I want to fucking go rogue, but I've already seen that motherfucker. So we got that one. But like, where's the next one? See, this is what makes me mad. All right, hold on. All right, let me come out of this one. Because I want to open. Close window. Hold on now. Fuck it. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Act like you don't see all that shit. I don't care. Anyway. So what I want to do is I want to show y'all how fucking easy it was for me. When I got in there and I saw my kid's shit, I'm like, the fuck am I looking at? Why am I looking at a goddamn nightmare of a server issue that I know damn well they were supposed to fix. Right. Right. So hold on. I shared the wrong thing. Share. Finder. Yep. You can see it. I don't care. I don't know what it looks like. Oh, you can only see that. Okay. Hold on. What the fuck? In hindsight, not smart. That's okay. Here we go. All right. So, Laura, you see this? This is my email address, my personal email address that I use to enroll my son with. Get a code to sign in. So you gonna tell me you still gonna sit there on a hill, down the hill of SSO encryption and shit like that? That's fucking secure. Really? We gonna do that? Okay. See, Sharon, I guess. I mean, fuck. If you want to wild out like that, go for it. But you a dumbass. That's been well fucking established. Anyway, moving on. Let me see here. I gotta find the other one. It's always fun when I get to do this shit. So that was, I think it's this one. Oh, there it is. Sure. Sure. All right. Here's my kids' records. Cool. Except for the fact, why the fuck are they hosted on that SharePoint site? Look what happens. Where does it go? Goes to their fucking server. Point made. All right. I'm going to show y'all how easy it was for me to find out that they not only have been harvesting my kids' shit past the 8-year window that they are allowed to do so, but I'm going to show you how the fuck I got in. You see this thing right here? It says my account. Most people don't pay attention to this little box up here in the right hand corner. But you see this over here? That, I can't really do anything with that. That little thing up there in the left hand corner, that's the logo for the district. True story. Hold on. Let me see what this one is. Oh, that's right. I don't think I need to even show that motherfucker. I'm not gonna do that because I already got that open. So hold on. I think. Hold up. Nope. Nah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and dispel a myth right motherfucking now. I'm just gonna leave this here for a second so people can look at it, and maybe know what it is, but maybe you don't. But what I know it is what I know it to be true about this is that this is my unique uh, email address on their server. Mm-hmm. So, be told. I wish it was not that bad, but goddamn you motherfuckers out here. I'm gonna show you how fucking easy it was for me to get in. Which is why two-factor authentication don't fucking matter. I'm eating a cookie still. Here we go. All somebody has to do is say, you want to get back into your account? Yeah. All right. Recover your account. Begin by entering your email and username. It's that fucking simple. So all I did was copy and paste my username that they assigned. Put it there. Put that in. Let me show you what happens after that. But they made me so goddamn mad. I don't care at this point. I don't give a fuck at this point. Because it makes me mad that I'm looking at the negligence of so many, just so much shit that is just so fucking basic. And like, when I mean basic, I mean, if you are working in an IT department for any company, I have to stress this. Don't assign shit this sensitive to a contractor. Whoever does get access to this, they better know what the fuck they're doing. Because if they don't, then you get somebody like me, I'm on. All right, here you go. Here's evidence. And I'm going to put this out. I'm putting this out here as a point. I'm proving a point to somebody. Well, not just somebody. A bunch of bodies. A bunch of people. Because for a while I was trying to get people to understand what the fuck was going on and the magnitude of the shit that I stumbled into. I have stumbled into this since 2022. It's been wide fucking open since 2022. This ain't my first time seeing it. I've seen this shit for years. But I've reported it every fucking time. Every fucking time. So when I hit my account and I got into it, it takes me to my Microsoft provisioned account on the hosted server. We know this because my personal email address on the surface looks like okay, that's mine. But if you look real close, the where it does the hashtag ext at DCSD, that's their internal server. That's their main server. I know this because I had a server, an Azure hosted server built. I'm gonna take that back. My server don't ain't this fucking sloppy. My server will fucking ping me immediately if somebody gets this far. If you get this far in my server, I'm gonna get a fucking notification immediately. Yeah. All right. What you're looking at here, it says, all right. I was like, well, what the fuck? All right. Organizations. Now, don't tell me that they've been so dumb to do what I think they did. Because if you see organizations, that means they got you provisioned somewhere you don't know you're provisioned at. But they want to say somebody fucking let me in. Bitch, please. Hold on, let me show you this right here. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna show you this motherfucker because this is gonna fucking nail it for me. Hold on. Almost, baby. So this right here, organization. You see this? DeKalb County Schools signed in. Really? I didn't know I signed into their fucking organization or their server. And then, hold on. And, well, I'm trying to get through this real quick because I'm done, but I'm gonna get to the logs. This right here, I blew it up just so people could see it. Um, this is sloppy IT. It's sloppy IT. It's sloppy fucking IT. I can honestly say I've never actually dealt with an organization or anybody. Doesn't matter, corporate, whatever. I've never dealt with this. Not at this not at this level, not at this magnitude. I've never dealt with something like this. Um, not this bad. Never this bad, actually. Let me get back over here and get to the others that y'all. Let me shut that bitch. Let me shut that bitch. All right, I'm gonna rush because my blood pressure gonna spike in about 5 fucking minutes. Hold on. Yeah, I like that my background's still showing. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to content and like fuck it. And come over here and go back into my finder where I had all the shit pulled up. Sorry, you guys. I have to squint my eyes because this is not my normal computer, so I use my other one. I'm trying to find out. That don't really fucking matter. Hold on. That no, that don't matter either. Hold on. Let me get to it. I want to show you the connection to clear. Real fucking quick. Let me find it. Oh, um, settings and privacy. The privacy policy that all agencies, even me, anybody that's hosting a server, privacy data, whatever, sensitive data. Terms of use. Privacy statement. Okay, simple enough, right? You think? I'd think. I'd hope. Is that 28, 29? Okay, hold on. Hold up. Motherfuckers keep outdoing themselves stupid. Hold on. It should be. Man, my attorney gonna whoop my ass. I don't really give a fuck though, because I'm doing this as a PSA, because motherfuckers need to know your shit ain't as safe as you think. You may be in la la land and say that don't affect me. I don't give a fuck. It needs to give a fuck. I'm gonna show you just how motherfucking easy it is, and how that kid at Chambly High School did it, and how I've seen it myself. I mean, I've been the one out here fucking bitching about this shit for years now. Okay. I'm struggling with showing this, I have to admit. Hold on. Um, where is it? Is it that one? Yeah. All right. Manage history. This is in my account on their server. For those that don't understand or don't know what this means and what I am showing you, please understand. I can't keep doing this. I can't be the only person that babysits this fucking district. But here I am again. This is how easy it is. I was able to go in there because it stated that my email address on their server had not been changed in 7 years. I'm like, well, to that I say, well, what the fuck? That's my goddamn personal email. So I used Microsoft Authenticator. Right? Okay. Seems harmless, right? Nobody's throwing up, nobody's upset. Oh, okay. I'll teach your own. But when I get to this next part, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? Let me get in there. I think it's this. Yeah. Nah, that really don't motherfucking matter. Hold on. We get the one that matters. Is it this one? Nope. I just rolled that motherfucker out. Hold on now. I'm not gonna go through that. Ah, there it is. All right, here we go. Goddamn. This is gonna be some fuck shit. All right, you want to see what clear looks like? I'm gonna show you what clear looks like. This is clear. Remember how I told you? Google Maps, operating system. You see this? It's a timestamp of every single thing done. Location, operating system, browser, IP, sign-ins. Only problem is, well, two things. I've got four VPNs running, so I don't really give a fuck about showing you all this data because it ain't fucking accurate. But if you don't have your VPNs running, that IP address right there is device fucking specific. That's your MAC address. You see how it says the location is Ohio? Well, if they click on that map, it's going to zoom out, give a proximity where you're located. This is what clear looks like. This is what they've got installed, and this is what they use it on everybody in the fucking district. Anybody that's got their fucking kids enrolled, anybody who's I mean, shit, we've been unenrolled. But, I'm gonna get to where's a really disturbing motherfucking part. All of this is disturbing, by the way, just as an FYI. So, what you're looking at right now is my fucking personal activity with my personal email address being tracked on a server that does not belong to me. Meaning, I have at no time given consent for that fuck shit to take place. So let me show you this. And how or what I had to do. Hold on, let me make sure it's the right fucking one. I want to do. I think it's this. Is it this one? Hold on, you guys. I gotta make sure I'm turning the right one. Preview. 2843, 2843, 28. There it is. Hold on. It's gonna roll over. Leave the county schools. Leaving will result in the deletion of your data. Privacy statement unavailable. The Cobb County Schools privacy contact email not provided. That's a big fucking red flag in my world. That means that they wilding out harvesting your fucking data without telling you. And if you're not somebody like me and you don't know what that means, then that means that they continue to harvest your data and they continue to monitor your every goddamn movement with clear. But when you leave the organization, which is what I did, I fucking left. I was like, fuck you, you ain't keeping my shit. I got my shit. I fucking nuke my shit. Because I've been through this fucking rodeo way too many fucking times to understand what the fuck they were doing. I was like, nope, we ain't doing that shit. Hold on, I'm gonna bring out the last slide. So that's 2843. Okay. This is. No, that's 28. Yeah, there is. Alright. You've left the Cobb County Schools. It may take up to 30 minutes for this to be reflected on the organization page. Questions, please email the Cobb County Schools privacy contacts. Alright. In theory, they should have an email address right there, but it clearly states to Cobb County Schools, privacy contact, email not provided. You can now close this tab. In theory, I have now wiped my shit from their fucking server for the 6th fucking time. 6 fucking times. But I'm the one that got asked to do some fuck shit. Me. I had some fucking shit hurled in my direction, and this is why I'm putting this shit public, because I ain't gonna go down with that fucking shit. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. So, this is my PSA to the community before I go missing, because goddamn, they don't fucking like me. Selected user account does not exist in the tenant DeKalb County Schools and cannot access the application anymore. You see that as my personal email address, which I had just been signed into. You see this login at microsoftonline.com. Now, this started with a simple SharePoint site, right? And my personal email to get my kids' records. It took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Took me 5 fucking minutes to find that. And then you get this fucking lovely email. This is the sixth email I've gotten. And this is something that everybody needs to look at. That email right there. You've left the DeKalb County Schools organization. You no longer have access. Cool, I didn't want it. They may continue to retain previously collected data about you. See DeKalb County Schools organization privacy statement to learn more about how they use your data. But here's the catch. They don't fucking have a privacy statement. It's not fucking there. It never has been. And this, my friends, if you happen to watch this, everybody wants to sit and make assumptions about what I do, what I don't do, I don't give a fuck. I'm showing you right now in real goddamn time. I'm gonna show you this too. This is a nationwide initiative right now. They're trying to ban VPNs. They want to ban the use of VPNs. The government wants to ban the use of them. You see this? That's a symbol for rooters. Irony. Irony at its best. I think there was one other thing in here that I wanted to show, and then after that, I'm fucking done. Well, I ain't it. Well, I sit down real quick. Goddamn. I think it's this. Yeah. Huh. I should probably not do that. Long story short, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna hit stop shares. Long story short, hold on. Oh, fucking, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. This. Um, you just got a crash course in Clear, and you just got a crash course in how fucking easy it is to access data that should be federally protected at all fucking times. And you must have copious amounts of professional development to see that and to work with that because you have to know how to protect it. Did that look protected? Nope. Because it's not. In fact, that data that I just showed you, the history from Clear, that shit's being sent to the DHS. The individual who signed the contract has ties to federal judges. It's really hard for me to know how easy it was to find this. It's really hard for me to know that it was that fucking blatantly. I mean, it was just out there. It's fucking out there. Like, it's out there. Nobody gives. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. I mean, it should have been reported at nauseum at this point. Like, man, we've been reporting this shit. I got the fucking CIO fired. The former one. I got her fired. The fuck does she need to work there for? Try and find the photo that shows you the fine print and the government codes attached to said contract, which hold on. Is this it? No, that's the email I sent with all those fucking CFR codes saying give me my shit. It worked. I'm getting to it. Hold on. Because that's a lawsuit. What is that? No, that's not it. You have to forgive me. I have a lot of fucking data. Oh yeah. No, that's not it. Hold on. It's on here. I got it. I know I do. I do. I've been keeping this shit for a while. Oh, I save it for a rainy day. And I just go out there and collect data on just random shit because, it's what I do. It's what I was trained to do. It's not, no, I was trained to do. It's what I was paid to do. Is this it? But that's something that people need to see later. One could argue. I bet you it's in my screenshots folder and I'm a dumbass looking in the wrong fucking folder. I want to show you the only reason I'm doing this part is because I want you to see the government contract verbiage. Because it seals the deal. It proves that I ain't making this shit up, and it proves that they fucking entered into this goddamn agreement. They've been sending your shit out to the fucking feds for a while. I digress. People don't want to fucking listen to me, but it happened. Hold on. Let me come back in my library and just type the word clear because I know it's in here. Where is it? I'm getting close. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Hold on, you guys. I think I'm. Yep. So we just gonna go ahead and fucking say fuck it and show these. All right, here we go. You ready, kids, boys and girls? You ready? Not because I'm ready. I'm motherfucking ready. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. It's gonna blow your fucking minds. So hold on. Here we go. We're gonna start with this. So remember this. Remember, 22,000 parents were notified that their kids were out of the district. July 21st. Took place on July 17th. Oh hey, look. Here's the fucking here's one of the contracts. And what you're going to see is Batch Pro Gov. And this is how many seats and data batches. This is the account number. This is their. I can't get out of this. This is the. All right, there you go. I'm going to blow this one up just a little bit so people can see the fucking name of it. You see that? Clear government. What? I'm sorry, what? What does that say? Clear government investigations advanced? Clear Proflex Batch Pro alert sheet? Batch Pro annual? And then the license plate recognition state add-on. Oh, okay. Cool. The fuck? Why do they need that? I don't know. Here we go again. Clear Proflex. They spend on this one. It's going to show if I can get the motherfucker to come out. Right, there it is, right there. Anyway, Clear Proflex. Sold to DeKalb County Schools, Student Assignment Department, meaning SAP. They are labeled as the customer. This is the day, or this is when they sold every single kid and parents' information to the feds. This shit goes straight up to the fucking governments. See that? Student population 93,000. Clear school district package. Student population 93,000. User limit up to 10 individual clear users, 10,000 alerts, meaning only 10 people in the fucking district can look at this shit. That's 10 too many, by the way. That's right here breaks down all the shit that they actually collect that this district enter into a contract in that shows you the risk mitigation. See that? Street address, state. Yeah. Pretty fucking invasive for a public school district. What the fuck they need that for? Right? Yeah. I don't need to share anymore. I'm gonna wrap this up and just say, um, because my daughter's over here falling. I think my daughter fell asleep with the goddamn lights open. I don't know why it's on. But anyway, what I want people to take from this is very simple. At no time was I bluffing. At no time was I being overreactive. At no time did I want to see any of this. At no time did I want to know that at one point, because the first time I stumbled across this shit was over 100,000 social security numbers of children. I didn't want to see that. I reported it. I got in front of Keegan, Shanley High School, who reported the same shit that I saw. I jumped in front of him before anybody else could get to him. I dare the district. I was like, you even think about fucking with that kid because you know I've already showed you that, and I've reported that shit to you. Somebody put it to me this way. I'm not gonna name names because fuck it. Somebody put it like this. Apparently, this person is a cybersecurity expert, which there's very loosely defined terms and levels to that. Typically, the people that work in cybersecurity who are in there with a fucking degree, they tend to stay the course, meaning they're not a me. They don't go, what does this do? I'm self-taught, and I've held a lot of titles and positions that my 18-year-old self would fucking hate me over. But I did it. And what I know to be true is that, yeah, data breaches happen all the fucking time. All the time. I didn't give a fuck about the data breach. I never have. I mean, one could argue that the reason that Paxson is suing Power School is because of a data breach that hit in December of 24. But, it hit every school in Georgia and nobody wants to fucking talk about it. Chris Carr don't want to do shit about it, so whatever. Because again, data breaches happen all the fucking time, right? But what I was mad about the whole time was the fact that I had that shit installed on my phone from kindergarten until we left at the end of fourth grade. And they tracked everything. I kept trying to figure out how the district knew things when I went into IEP meetings. I initially thought it was because they had people in certain Facebook groups, which they did. But the stuff that they were aware of was not stuff that I had posted in a Facebook forum. These were emails. These were text messages. So for someone like me who does this or did this for a living until I got fired while I was on fucking FMLA because corporate America is a fucking shit show and the company that fired me, fuck off. You guys still know you're fucked because you had no cause and you still owe me a fuck ton of money. And by the way, if anybody knows a fucking law firm that wants to take on my former employer, let me know. They're one of the big 5, so they got lots of money. Um, I didn't wanna see any of this. I didn't wanna find any of this. And I can't state this enough. I just wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be the fucking mom that took cookies to the school and went on the field trips and shit, right? That's not what happened. It's not what happened. I have been through hell and back. I have done everything in my power to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed. And so for me to find out now that it's not even now, but for me to find out that this shit is happening and that when I reported it to the feds and when I reported it to the Georgia General Assembly, when I reported it to numerous individuals I work with during Georgia poll every fucking year, nobody with a degree as an attorney did a goddamn thing. And I can tell you I can tell you right now, there's 12. There's 12 Democrats who were investigating the events that took place with Horton. They have complete access to absolutely everything I just showed you. They've done nothing with it. Nothing. I was supposed to be gone in October. By October. Actually, it's September. And then some shit happened. And because I refused to be the fall guy for somebody and to give a distraction, well, somebody had to take the fall for the fuck shit that was going on. And it damn sure wasn't going to be me. So somebody may have caught that case up in Evanston, but what I just showed you, they're doing in Evanston and they've been doing in DeKalb County. So once they get done in Evanston, they got to come and handle it in Georgia. Because one of the first things that happened when he got indicted was I got a phone call from the DOJ field office in Evanston or in Chicago. They were able to get my contact information due to my federal complaint and investigation. I don't know why people don't see the urgency in this. I don't pretend to understand why people don't care. But I can't state this enough. As somebody that like literally wipes my fucking digital footprint on a regular and my family's and I monitor everything in real time, for me to go find my shit being tracked in an app I didn't fucking consent to because again, we've been gone since May of 2020. Why the fuck is it still there? Furthermore, why the fuck is it tracking me? That happened 3 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago. I found all that. 2 weeks ago. I filed my fucking complaint. End of April, beginning of May. So now I got another fucking complaint. And now I'm put in a position of do I go forth and file? Or is somebody else gonna finally do something about it? Because what I know is not happening is there's not one single legislator in the state of Georgia that gives a fuck. And I wish I could say it stopped here, but it doesn't. I've already tracked it to every district that Horton has ever worked in. So there's a lot of shit out there that people don't know about and people will likely never know about. But this is my desperate attempt to try and get people to understand it was never a fucking data breach that I cared about. I didn't give a fuck about that. I didn't give a fuck because that happens all the time. I gave a fuck about your privacy. I gave a fuck about your data because I'm a mandatory reporter and I have to report that shit to the fucking government. When I come across data privacy issues like this at this magnitude, I've got a window that I have to report that shit to individual federal agencies. I gave them 15 extra days in hopes that they would do the right thing and shut the shit down. Instead, I was met with, nope, not gonna do it. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Really? I mean, because we've already tangoed 3 times as it pertains to lawsuits. So you really gonna just say no? Okay. So I'm gonna end with I'm exhausted. I have been fighting this fight by myself as far as reporting everything to the feds, as far as filing systemic complaints, as far as trying to protect every goddamn kid in the district. And I have been chastised, I have been called everything. And at no point did I ask for anything other than somebody to do something. I didn't want any fucking anything. There's no monetary gain for me. I just want everybody's data protected because that's what I fucking do for a living, or did. But I lost my job because of this shit. I had to take FMLA because I got so fucking traumatized because I had to deal with the redneck in Hall County who was using that very fucking program and Infinite Campus to pull data on kids that don't belong to him that were in other districts. Yep. And then I got traumatized again. I couldn't work. I couldn't drive. Nothing. I had everything fucking taken from me. Everything. My life was ruined and has been ruined because I saw something and I said something. And I did it because that's just who I am to my core. I'm a public school kid. And a public school kid is going to do something like hold somebody accountable. And I can't even begin to explain the hell that I've been through and that I have put my family through once again. But I'm not going to be reporting about this shit anymore. This is going to be the one and only time I go in depth on it because I need to have a paper trail. I need to have a footprint. I need to get it out there because somebody's going to try and shut me up. And just like I did before, they tried to shut me up back in 2020. I got to leave something out there for people to know about before I can't talk again. So to everybody who said that's not a big deal, everybody said who cares? Everybody, well, you know what? Fuck y'all. Because guess what? The shit that they're using in a public school district with the DHS in tandem with the DHS because the motherfucking judges and friends of the fucker that got indicted, those same motherfuckers are using it against kids and immigrants in our fucking district. And the kids got in trouble. Not the kids, I'm sorry, the teachers. They were trying to protect the kids on Beaufort in the Beaufort Highway area. The fucking teachers got in trouble by the principal because that's how they roll. because we have a government goddamn contract and all of the information that's being gathered is being sent to the DHS without consent. So if your loved ones have been harmed and or disappeared in the district, you can thank the person that got indicted because he's named in the lawsuit. He's on page 9 of the 89 page docket. You want to know why that journalist was deported? You want to know why shit's weird over in the Beaufort Highway area where we usually protect those folks at all costs? You just saw why. And I don't pretend to understand why somebody would be that fucking evil. But he was, and he is, and so is everybody else he brought with him. I don't give a fuck if people think that the people that are getting to keep their job are good people. They're not. They're all complicit in the shit too, because I've already caught out their asses doing the same shit. So take this for what it's worth, but stop having me be the only person that does the hard stuff. It's been 11 years, y'all. 11 fucking years. I did everything I said I would do. I even overrode local control to make sure children were taught to fucking read. Did it without any fucking money. I've done everything without any money. Because I'm not driven by money. As much as the attorneys want to think I am, I'm not. All I want to do is be a mom and a wife and get the fuck away. Truly, get the fuck away. And never hear the word DeKalb County ever again. So badly that I am willing to hand over my goddamn data just to get the fuck away. Just to make it go away. But we're 20 days in to an expedited lawsuit that I fucking launched. 20 days in. These motherfuckers are still fucking with me and not doing what they're legally obligated to fucking do because they picked a fight with the goddamn SPLC in Walton County in my fucking backyard. You fucking idiots. You're gonna lose, and you know you're gonna lose because that case has already been tried in Gwinnett and Cobb, and the SPLC won both. And the Supreme Court ruled on that shit right after the SPLC bitch slapped Gwinnett and Cobb with it. So good fucking luck. Walton County taxpayers are going to get fucked because they're going to have to pay a large fucking bill. $350,000 a month to retain the services. You fucking kidding me? Who the fuck appeals the shit you're... Who doesn't? What kind of fucking person are you to appeal that? Y'all did that shit to my... Walton County did that shit to my sister in the fucking 90s. Don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me it didn't. Y'all don't do that shit. Y'all did that shit. Y'all literally threw kids in closets. Yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy watching that shit play out because I know that that's gonna be funny as hell. And it's kind of like the ending to this whole thing because as soon as I got done with DeKalb, I went after Gwinnett. I went after Gwinnett on behalf of my fucking sister and my friends who were dead. Walton County is the last piece because Walton County were the fuckers that put the nail or tried to literally put the nail in the coffin for my sister and a lot of other kids. So you get everything. And I hope it fucking hurts. I really hope it hurts. And I really hope a lot of motherfuckers get fired in the process because I will fucking roll on everybody and I will go and I will give testimony as to how fucking accurate that shit is and how fucking racist and how fucking often it happens. You may think you're slick in one district, but you're out here in Walton County. This is where I live now. I used to, we left Gwinnett and came out here in the 90s, and then I went back to the city. I'm out here because I like the peace and quiet. Knowing you in my backyard, fuck you. I'm gonna go to every fucking hearing I can just to make you fucking twitch. I just want you to see my face every fucking time. I want you and shit. I may bring my fucking sister with me so she gets some fucking peace and quiet and gets to put that shit behind her finally. She's 43. She's never been able to get closure. So yeah, maybe I'll take her to the fucking jury trial so she can watch Walton County get bitch slapped because they fucking deserve it. But y'all have a good night.